What's going on, fam? It's Jaye Black here. Another video. Salute to everybody that's tuning in. I want to give my take or reaction to the casting of The Little Mermaid, a classic animated film from 1989, the year of my birth, actually. And since then, there has not been a remake of it. But we all know that Hollywood has run out of ideas. There's no creativity anymore. So now they are looking to reboot it in a way, and they're going to have it starring Halle Bailey. She's a 19-year-old singer and actress. She's part of a group called Chloe and Halle. I've seen them a couple times do the national anthems, I believe, at a couple of games, or not games, a couple of events. And now she is in the lead role of this film. And there are people who have an issue with it. Now, I will say this though, I'm happy that she has an opportunity this big, of this magnitude, that the people who are, or the guy who's directing it, feel like she can handle it. But I just want to say this. I am not a fan of race bending. I really not. I'm glad that there are black people who can get opportunities in Hollywood, but this isn't the way to do it, man. This isn't the way. This young girl is going to get all types of criticism. She's getting it now. I've seen people already making videos, talking about, Disney race bending and going woke. And I really don't like how Hollywood now, because they're not creative anymore, they've run out of ideas, they want to race bend characters. That's just like trying to race bend a Black Panther. Now, I've seen people try to compare the Aladdin movie to this. Let me tell y'all how there's no comparison. Because first off, the Aladdin animated series, the Aladdin animated movie, goddammit, mirrored the live action movie. It mirrored it. So you basically, with the movie, you accurately casted the roles and it worked out perfectly. Okay, I enjoyed Aladdin when I went to go see it, but in this situation, there's a trickle-down effect. Now, people want to say that this movie was the animated movie from 1989. It was set in the Caribbean, and because it's set in the Caribbean, and there's just nothing but black people there. There's no non-blacks in the Caribbean. Come on, people, really? So there's not any Hispanics in the Caribbeans. There aren't people of different ethnicities who either live or visit the Caribbean islands, And I just want that. I want y'all to understand that mindset. People who are making it seem like this is no big deal, but there's a trickle down effect. Let me tell you the trickle down effect is. First off, you have her character, okay? Then you're gonna have to cast her family, which is her father, Trident, her sisters, okay? Which, they're gonna have to look like her, right? All right. So now her love interest, he's gonna have to be a brother. So basically, you're gonna basically change the ethnicity of pretty much all the characters in the main characters in the film, the visual ones, just so it fits the lead character, which is only gonna make it get even more criticism. Now, again, I'm happy that she's able to get this role, but I'm tired of Hollywood using black people to push their narrative and their agendas. Because this girl is going to be criticized up and down now while the movie is being filmed, once the movie is completed, and once the movie is out there. And this has a lot to do with Disney and their narrative. They're trying to push this forward. You could have put other girls in this particular role without truly race bending. I think the Witcher TV series from Netflix, they did tiny bit of race bending, but again, there has never really been anything outside of the video game that showed how the female character would look. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But they didn't go full race bending, But in this situation, you're basically gonna have to make this Black Panther 2.0. And a lot of the people who went and saw this film, who are fans of this film, they're not gonna like that. Now, I will say this though, I don't care if white people like this casting or not. I'm speaking from my perspective. I want us as black people to be put in movies and roles that fit us. Not saying stereotypes. I'm saying that is original. Okay? That, you know, the story, you know, we're not rehashing or rebooting something and adding a different race to the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because people see the Little Mermaid has an iconic look. Say what you want about the white skin, but the red hair is the iconic look. There are there's a lot of women who were young girls at the time who probably have pictures and posters of Little Mermaid on their wall when they were growing up. Probably had t-shirts or, you know, toys, whatever, dolls or whatever of Little Mermaid. So now you put in this young girl in this role. Now again, they could change her look to look more like the animated character, but once again, why even do that in the first place? If something ain't broke, why fix it? You know, I'm all for, again, black people getting opportunities, but I don't want to get opportunities at the expense of race bending. I mean, no, I don't. Listen, I say, you know what, that's cool, but I'm good. I'm good. Put me in something that's original. Put me in something that people are not gonna compare me to something else. Now, let me tell y'all something. Even in other movies and TV shows, if you cast, let's say you have a Caucasian character, right? And you want to reboot something, you add another Caucasian character. You still have people who are going to be upset at that because that character may not look like that character. Look at Batman. Look at the criticism that Robert Pattinson got when he was brought in to be Batman. Look at the criticism that Ben Affleck had gotten, you know? So I don't think it's necessarily just about race. It's about putting somebody in a position that does not fit that character that people know and understand, because people know and understand that character more than these Hollywood directors do, or these writers. Now, we all know that it's you know, it could be complicated when it comes to casting. Halle Bailey, she has a connection to Beyonce. I believe she's signed to Beyonce's label. Beyonce is going to be in The Lion King, so you know, Beyonce's connections could have worked for Halle. Again, she did go from just, you know, doing music to doing, you know, TV shows, and this could be that situation. But again, when you're looking at this whole thing in its entirety, I want people to understand something. Okay, I just don't like how black people are always being used to push race bending narratives. Okay, look at the character Storm from X-Men. You look at the animated series. When they casted Halle Berry and they casted Alexandra Shipp, when they casted Alexandra Shipp, people had issues with that because she did not look like the Storm of the animated series or the comic books. You know? And this is what's going on in Hollywood, man. These people put who they think should be in the role instead of who actually fits the role. I mean, growing up watching the X-Men animated series, Storm was a dark-skinned, you know, woman with an African accent. You go to these movies, you're casting these biracial Barbie dolls, basically, with no accent. So that's the thing, man. Now, I will say this: you got some of these guys who are gonna go the extra mile, man. You got some of these guys who are gonna go the distance to be disrespectful to this young girl. Listen, she only accepted what was presented to her. Okay, so I don't think people should be upset at this girl, who should be trolling this girl, because you know some of these idiots are gonna do it, you know. But be that as it may, this is an opportunity of a lifetime for this girl. Even though I disagree with the whole race bending narrative, I think that if a character was created to look to be a certain way, I don't care if it's in the middle of Ghana. If that character is Caucasian, that character is Caucasian. Okay, stop race bending just cause, because now it's going to be a trickle down effect. You're going to have you're gonna have this character, right? This character is going to basically, everybody around her and her family and her love interests are going to have to look like her. This is the type of trickle down effect you're going to have. Now, maybe I'm wrong and maybe they don't go that route. But the Little Mermaid, this film has the potential to piss off everybody. This film has the potential to piss off everybody, okay? With this casting, and if they don't cast it right, because now everybody you cast is gonna have to help this young girl, Halle, to basically, to make sure that her game is up. You know what I'm saying? And also, I will say this though, I'm not a big fan of casting unknowns in certain roles, because even though unknowns can make a name for themselves, but usually it's because the source material does the work for them. But in this situation, you don't always want to gamble on the unknown when it comes to movies, And I think people have an issue with that. They may have wanted somebody more well known in that role. But we will see. All you Little Mermaid fans, y'all definitely let me know what y'all think. I'm not a fan of race bending. I think that's wrong. I think Disney is trying to push a narrative, and I don't think this is going to help the film's numbers. Now it could. Now I will say this though. Look at some of the reboots they have done. Not just Disney, but other films. When they try to go the feminist route, now with this film they're going the social justice, race bending route. Does that ever work? Now Captain Marvel kind of worked in a sense, but I think that in the next Captain Marvel film, they're gonna have to tone that down completely. But once again, this is a situation where they're trying to push the social justice narrative, and they also have the potential of pissing off everybody.